Hello and welcome to Chaos Central 2012. So today we're going to talk about In God's Hands. And I am the Lord your God who takes a hold of your right hand and says to you, do not fear, I will help you. And this is Isaiah 41:13. So a lot of times when you're a child, you have someone like an adult hold your hand while you're crossing the street, for safety. And as you get older, you don't really need it as much. But what this verse is kind of saying is that sometimes even as an adult, you go through things and you need someone to hold your hand. And we might not have anybody physically, but we should always remember that spiritually we have God. And God will hold your hand through anything. And so in a spiritual sense, we're invited to place ourselves in the hands of God, our protector, just as Jesus did on the cross. We don't know what lies ahead of us, but our paths may take frightening detours or turns. We may feel as though we are pursued by enemies. That can happen a lot, especially when we're making videos like this on YouTube. I mean, people are very cruel and they're trolls and they will tear you down. And, I've been through that before. And, whatever. If they want to be like that, I don't care because I'm out here doing my thing and this is what I do. And I enjoy it. It's just one of those things that I enjoy. It's just, I don't know, just something I enjoy. Huh. Java wanted to do an update. That was interesting. So whether we are beginning life or just nearing the end of our course, we're invited to trust God to guide us and protect us. We give thanks for the many loving hands that hold us, those of parents, grandparents, friends, and spouses, but by far the best hands that hold us are the hands of God. These hands that form us hold us faithful and in steadfast love. This is from the Upper Room, and today is July 11th. Oh, it's not July. Today is July 12th. Well, that was July 11th. I'm still stuck on Wednesday apparently. So let's go ahead and do July 12th, Thursday, which is today. Be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I am exalted in the earth. Psalms 46:10. So she's talking about how she was in her garden and she noticed a strawberry plant that wasn't there before. And she was puzzled and she wondered where it had come from. She remembered that she had bought a kit a year earlier containing a strawberry pot, some potting soil, and some strawberry seeds. She planted the seeds in the pot and put it in a sunny spot on her deck and watered it during the spring and the summer. The seeds had barely sprouted, and so in the fall she felt discouraged and she tossed the dried up contents of the pot in the corner of her garden. A year later, she found a strawberry plant flourishing in the ground. That's kind of like us. Like, we may think that we're worthless, and so we just kind of throw ourselves off to the side, and forget about ourselves. We think, well, we tried to grow and we couldn't, so we just threw ourselves away. And, sometimes we just don't have the right soil. Like, when I was living in my other state, I didn't flourish so much. And maybe that's because I didn't have the right soil. Maybe here is the right soil and the people around me are better. And so I'm flourishing here more than I did in my other state. And so it's kind of like that, and God is the one who makes us flourish and grow. But God uses other people to help us grow. So seeing that strawberry plant helped her encourage her. Many times when she faces frustration, despair, and fear, she feels hopeless and she just wants to give up. She remembers that God is always at work no matter how bleak her circumstances are and no matter what she's facing. God provides us with hope and encouragement to help us deal with life's challenges. and there's always going to be challenges in life. And I know it's not easy because I've been through it. And there were some churches that were there for me, and there were some churches that were not. There was very few people that were there for me, besides my mom, of course. My mom was there for me, of course. But the Mormons were there for me. The Mormons. So like, they always get a bad rap. But who was there when I needed them the most? The Mormons. Now, I know they prey on people that are vulnerable, and maybe, but not all of them. You can't just put one little idea and into one little category and then just say that's what it is. Like, they really helped me, and so I am like all for the Mormons, and I love the Mormons, and we need to be more like the Mormons because, I've been through a lot of churches where I didn't fit anywhere. I was married, but my husband didn't come. I didn't have any children, and then there was another church where he did come, but he thought it was just a joke, so he only came because it was entertaining, and he got a big joke and a big laugh out of it, so that was the only reason he was coming. And so we kind of fit there, but not really. And then I couldn't go to, I couldn't fit in any Sunday school class because I was married, but my husband didn't come, so I couldn't go to the singles group because I was married. I mean, and I didn't have children, so I couldn't go to the ones with children. It's like I didn't fit anywhere. And the church that I go to now, I still don't exactly fit anywhere. Like, even small groups, we were trying to figure out what small group we could go to, and a lot of the small groups are like 30 to 40 or something, or 20 to 30s or something, 30-year-olds and stuff like that. So I can fit in that group, but my husband can't fit in that group. And then there's, and so it's like we can't fit anywhere. Now, they did say that if we talk to them, they might make an exception, but why would we want to do that? They should make a group that is open to all ages. Well, I shouldn't say they should, because there's a lot of groups. I'm waiting for a group to open up that's close to us, that doesn't care how old you are, that doesn't care whether or not you have children, and then we can fit right in. Yeah, so that's what I'm waiting for. The right small group. Yeah, so I mean, the Mormons are top notch. I really like them. But other than that, I mean, I volunteer at my church every Friday. I volunteer, and my husband volunteers there too. So, we believe in the church. We believe that you need to serve the church. And I'm reading this book right now. It's called Heaven is Real. And I'm kind of on the fence. I don't know if it was actually true or not, whether or not the kid saw what he saw. But there was something that dawned on me. There was a line in there. The pastor, the guy, the father, he's the pastor of the church. And so he's serving God, and he's had all these medical things happen to him, and then this happened to his son. And so he made a statement that really dawned on me. How did he think that just because he was doing the Lord's work, he would be exempt from trials and what was it? Something like that, stuff happening to him. And I was like, oh, he's like, why should he be any extra blessed just because he's doing God's work? And I was like, duh. I keep thinking, why can't we have children and everybody else can? And I'm doing all this, trying to do all this ministry stuff and help people reach learn the Bible. And why can't we be blessed with a child? Well, just because I do the Lord's work doesn't mean I'm going to be blessed with a child. And so that made perfect sense to me. And I was like, duh. And so, I mean, I've always pushed anyway, serving God and all that kind of stuff, because I don't want to, have Satan think, oh, she's weak. I can sneak up on her. I'm going to do the Lord's work, no matter whether or not he blesses with a child or not. That's just the way it is. So anyway, I have blah 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 way enough, and I'm going to let it go now. But I'm glad I was able to get this done. Or, it's not like it was a chore. I love doing this. So it's like really exciting because I'm doing this in the morning, and so like I could start off the morning with God's word? Yeah, that's awesome. So I hope you have a wonderful and awesome day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye-bye!